Hello guys, welcome back. In this video, let us see and learn about KMS service. So for that, I just searched for KMS. Now I'm opening my KMS service. So why this KMS service is used? In order to encrypt your data present in any storage like S3 or EBS. So that is Elastic Block Store. For that sake, you use this KMS service to encrypt your data. It provides you ability to create your keys and manage your keys by using custom managed keys, customer managed keys. If you are expected to use AWS managed keys, those you just able to see from here, but you cannot able to manage them. You do not have ability to disable them and enable them again. You can see for Lightsail, you have RDS, you have code commit, you have DMS, you have database migration service, Elastic File System, SQS, S3, SNS, Redshift, Lambda, and few more services are there. That is EBS, ES, Cloud9, Kafka, Secrets Manager, and Backup. For all these services, AWS provides you AWS managed keys. So while encrypting data in these services, you can use the AWS managed keys which are already available. Now currently I'm moving on with custom managed keys. So now I'm expected to manage, that means create and manage one key. For that, so let's take and analyze one real-time scenario. Let's have, let's say I have one EC2 instance. That means in real time, we can say it as a server. I have a server. Now I have some storage attached to it. So what is the storage service that we use here in AWS? We use EBS volumes, right? Yes. So I have EC2 instance and I have one additional EBS volume attached to it. And now let's say one of my customer hacked that server. So he can able to access my private credentials or private data or personal information which is present in that storage, right? Yes. So in order to avoid that, we can use these custom managed keys. So let's see how to do that. So in order to do that, what we do is while creating the storage, we simply attach these, we simply encrypt the data by using the keys that we're gonna create now. We just create a key and by using this key, we're gonna encrypt the data. AWS will take care, you just need to provide the key, that's it. While creating the volume, you need to provide the key that you just created, that's it. Then AWS encrypt the data which is present under the volume. After that, you can attach that volume to whatever the EC2 instance or server you want. So even though hacker or one of your IAM user tries to access the data which is present under that, and you are not expecting to provide permission to him anymore, then before analyzing who is that user, it may take some time, right, to analyze which user will wrongly trying to get the information which is present under your server. So during that time, we need to protect our data, right, before identifying that user. So in order to protect your data, you can able to use, you can just disable the key which is present here and you just detach the volume, so that after whenever he tries to attach also it won't work, because attaching is not possible because the volume encrypted key is disabled. So let's see how to create our custom managed KMS key. So for that you have an option that is create key. I'm just clicked on it. Now I'm expecting to create one key. So first you need to configure the key. So for that, first you need to provide key type. You want symmetric or asymmetric. So what is this symmetric? What is this asymmetric, sir? If you want to encrypt and decrypt by using a single key, then you can use this symmetric key. If you want to encrypt and decrypt your data by using different key, that is by using public key and private key, you want to use to encrypt and decrypt your data. So for that, you can choose this asymmetric key. So currently I'm moving on with symmetric keys, and in the symmetric keys also key usage. So you want to encrypt the data by generating a hash map. Then you can choose this and specify your hash map, or else if you just want to encrypt and decrypt your data, then you can choose this. So like this, you just need to configure your key details. Now we just configured our key details, and I'm just clicking on next. Now we entered into the second step, that is add labels, right? Add labels. So by using this name only, we can able to identify the key. So since I am creating this key for Elastic Block Store volume, I'm expecting to provide the name as Elastic Block Store key. So this is the name I want to put. So KMS key, right? Yes. So KMS key. So like this I want to put. So I have provided. And description, it's an optional. If you want, you can provide, or if you don't want, you don't need to provide. So currently I'm expecting to provide. So I'm providing Elastic Block Store data encryption. Mm, This key is used to, this key is used for this. So that I'm specifying here in order to identify this easily. And under tags, currently I'm not specifying anything. If you want, you can able to provide up to 50 tags. Now I'm just clicking on next. So you can see we are on step 3. We need to define key administrative permission. Who to whom you want to provide the administrative permissions for your key. That means management permissions for your key. I am providing my management permissions for my key to main service account user and student as well. So currently I log in as student, so that's why I provided management permissions to student as well. And key deletion. So if you want to allow administrator to delete your key, then you just click on this so that he can able to allow to delete the key, and you also able to allow. By default, you will be allowed who is the person creating the key. Now I'm just clicking on next. Previously, you have seen key management permissions. Now you can see key usage permissions. You need to define who can able to use the key. So main user as well as student. So since I log in as a student, I need to provide to me as well. So that's why I selected student as well as main user permissions. And now I'm just clicking on next. If you want to provide access to other AWS account users as well, then you can able to provide it by clicking here, by providing the ID and the root name. So currently I'm removing. Now and just moved on next. So you can see whatever the details that we provided. This is the last step. Under fifth step, you just review the data and just click on create. You can see we have key configurations. So key type, key specification, key usage, origin, that means where you want to store, and regionality, that is a single regional or multi-region. So, and next you have aliasing, by using what name you stored and what is the description, and tags we have not provided. For all that, a key policy is generated automatically. Here you have not written any policy. So it was automatically generated. So some policy is there. Now we are just clicking on finish. So that's it. Wow. Congrats. You successfully created one key. And you can see at the top, you also got a message that is your AWS KMS key was created with this name and key ID is this. So like this, you got a message that you successfully created. You can even see that key here. So I'm just opening it. So you can see the key related details available here. And I also have key related actions like disabling and schedule key deletion. When I want to delete, at that time I can able to delete the key, and I can even have edit option. if you want to edit the description at any moment, you can able to edit. So now I'm just canceling it. Now you can see you also have some more details like key policy, that is who are the key administrators, and you can add some more administrators by clicking here. I'm just canceling it. And you can also have this key deletion. If you want to allow administrator to delete, then you can just enable it. If you want, you just disable it. So I'm not disabling it. And you also have key users. So which users can able to use the key? So those you need to provide here. And you also have an option to add other users if you want. So currently I'm not expecting, so I just cancel it. And you also have cryptographic configurations and tags. You can add tags here and key rotation also there. If you want, you can able to edit and enable this. You have this option to edit, and you can see the option of enabling this. If you want, you just enable this and provide the rotation period. So for how many days you want to rotate, that you can provide, and just click on save. Currently I'm not expecting, so I cancel this as well. If you want any on-demand rotations, so 10 rotations are available here. You just click on rotate now, this option, so that your key will be rotated. And you also analyze the key rotation histories under this. Currently I have not rotated, so that's why no history is there. And under alias, you can see the name and ARN of your alias. You want to create one more alias, then just click on alias and you just write the name so that your one more alias will be created. And by using that alias also, you can able to use that key. So now we have seen how to create our KMS customer managed key and what are the details inside it. So now let's move on with our real-time scenario. That is, I want to create one EC2 instance and I am expecting to create one volume, additional volume, and attach this, what are the key that I have created. I want to attach this customer managed key to that volume. And after attaching that volume to my EC2 instance, now I just want to analyze that how to overcome the issue. That is, a particular user is using that. I need to identify that user from logs, whatever I have. So during that time, I want to detach that volume and I want to make that volume, that is a nobody can able to decrypt that volume. So like that, I want to put that volume. Let's see how to do that. So for that, I'm expecting to create one EC2 instance, right? So I'm just moving on with EC2. I'm just opening this. So for server, I'm expecting to create one instance. For that, we have launch instance option. I'm just clicking on it. You can see it is asking me the name. I'm not providing. I'm just providing the essential information like what is the server that I want to use. I'm expecting Linux now. And T2 micro is the instance type that I'm expecting to use. And for key pair, I'm expecting to use the available key pair. And for availability zone, now I'm expected to create both my server as well as my volume in same availability zone. Then only I can able to attach my volume to this server. So that's why I'm expecting to put this under subnet of 2A. You can see US West 2A. I selecting that. So under that subnet, I'm just putting this EC2 instance and I'm moving on with default configurations. So then, so at last you have an option that is a launch instance. So just click here so that your EC2 instance will be launched. So it was launching installation, and you can also see the details here, log details, installation request, creating security group rules, and launching your initiation. So our instance is launched successfully. So this is the instance ID. Previously, I did not have any instances. Currently, I have this instance. That is what I created just now. So let's assume this is my server. This is the only server I have. Let's say this is the server I have. Now what I'm expecting to create one additional EBS volume and attach that EBS additional volume to this. So before attaching, I want to encrypt that data as well. For that, I am just moving on with Elastic Block Store. So Elastic, so that is present under our EC2 instance configurations only. You can see under volumes, you just scroll it up, you can see Elastic Block Store. So there is an option under your EC2 only, under your EC2 dashboard only, you have an option for volumes. You can see here, there is an option for volumes. You just click it to create your volumes. I already have one volume, that is the actual volume that was created by launching my EC2 instance. So in this way, you can reach to this place of volumes. And the another way is, you can see here under Elastic Block Store, you have an option of volumes. Just click on it. Again, you reach it to the same place. So these are the two ways to reach to this. I'm expecting to create one volume. You can see on right side top, you have an option that is create volume. I'm just clicking on it so that it allows me to create one volume. Here we need to provide the configurations that we require to create the volume. So currently I'm providing general processing GP2 processor, and my size for this lab 3 GB is enough for me. So I just provided 3 GB and the region availability zone. So I have told you while creating your server, that is EC2 instance only, I told you that both your volume as well as your server need to present in same region. Then only we can able to attach this volume to that server. So that's why I'm putting my region as US West 2A. Currently, I'm not expecting any snapshots, so I'm not creating. Do you want encryption? Yes, I must require encryption for this lab. And I'm specifying my key, that is Elastic Block Store KMS key. That is what we created just now, that I'm using. So what are the key that I've created that I'm attaching to this Elastic Block Store? What are the key that I've created that I'm attaching to the volume, Elastic Block Store volume that I'm creating, EBS volumes that I'm creating. And you can see that's it. If you want to provide, you can provide tags as well. And now just simply click on create. You can see a message is there at top, successfully created volume. And this volume is even encrypted with whatever the key that I am specified. So this is the volume that we just created, GP2 volume. And you can see some more details available here. And you can see encryption status as well. So what is the encryption status? It was encrypted. So by using what key? This is the key. By using this key, and key alias is this Elastic Block Store something. Full name is not visible now. And you can see it is under creating state. So whenever you create a volume, first it reaches to creating state. Now I'm just clicking on refresh button. So it just refreshes. You can see it came to available state. So this volume came to available state now. You can see volume state is available. Now I am expecting to attach this volume to my EC2 instance. So for that, you just select this volume. This GP2, that is a 3 GB volume. I'm just expecting to attach this to my EC2 instance. That is server. So for that, you have under actions an option that is attach volume. Just click on it. So now you need to specify for which server you want to attach. I want to attach the instance that is running. That is the only instance I have. And device name, you can have option to specify. I'm specifying this as my device name, and you have an option that is attach volume. So if you click on it, then what are the volume that you just created with KMS key, that is EBS KMS key that you provided. So that volume will be attached to this server. Now I'm just clicking on attach. Let's see. Successfully, a message is there. What is that? Successfully volume. This is attached to this instance. You can see under this as well, attached volumes. To this instance, we attach it. So that's why it was specifying like that. And you can even scroll down and see this is attached to this instance. So by selecting this, you can able to get those details. Under the details session, you can see that. So now let's say my server is hacked. Now, or one of the IAM user is trying to get the details which are present in this server in this EBS volume, in this additional EBS volume. Now, what is my task is I want to avoid that action and I want to identify that particular IAM user. So for identifying that particular IAM user, based on tasks, whatever he done, those all related tasks will be logged under my cloud trail and cloud watch. So by using those monitoring services, I can able to watch that particular user. But before that, before identifying that particular user, I need to protect my volume. That is, I want to protect my volume to avoid that particular user to access the data in it. So for that, you have attached one key to it, right? So what is the key? What is the KMS key that you attached? Elastic Block Store KMS key. So you just disable this. So first you need to disable this. So for that, I'm just moving on with KMS service. I open this KMS service. Now I want to manage this KMS service, customer managed KMS service. I just selected this. So whatever the key that is attached, KMS service that is attached, I just selected that. Currently it is on enabled state. Now I'm expecting to disable that. So now I'm expecting to disable that. So I'm just clicking on disable. It was asking me confirmation statement, confirm that you want to disable that key. Yes. So I'm just disabling it. You can see this was now reached to the disabled state, key disabled. This key now disabled. So by using this key, from now, the encryption or decryption is not possible. That means we are managing this key. We just disabled this key. So no user, no other users can able to access the data by using this key. No other users can able to encrypt or decrypt the data by using this key. That means whatever the EBS volume that we attach to the EC2 instance, whatever the EBS volume that we attach to the EC2 instance. So let's move on to the EC2 instance. That means whatever the server do I have, for that server, whatever the volume that I attached, additional volume that I attached, you can see that additional volume by clicking on this under storage session, you can have two volumes. So what are the two volumes, sir? The first one is your root volume. This is your root volume. This is your additional volume that you provided. So since you are expecting to block, that means since you are expecting to stop the users to access the data which is present in this volume, you just disable the key. So since you disable the key, no user can able to access the data which is present in this. He cannot able to access the data which is present in this. That means he cannot able to encrypt, he cannot able to decrypt the data in it by using that key. Now what I'm expecting is I want to analyze that. That means I want to I need a confirmation to check whether this volume can able to access this key or not. So in order to verify that, now what I'm expecting is I want to detach and attach to the same EC2 instance. I want to detach this volume from the instance and I want to attach it. If I try to attach it, after detaching this, I need to get an error. That is, this key is not available. This key is not available. So that error I need to get. So now I'm just detaching this volume. You can see this volume is now detached. And so what is the volume? This is the volume, right? Yes. So GP2 type and 3 GB volume that I have created. So that's what the volume it is. It was still showing. So just reload it. Successfully detached. That also available here. Yeah. And I'm just selecting this GP2 volume. Now you can see this volume came under available state. Now this is not under in use state. That means since this is not under attached to any instance, now this volume is under in available state. If you attach a volume to instance, then that volume becomes in use state. Since we detached, it is under available state. So under attached resources, there is nothing. Now I again try to attach it. So under the actions, I have an option that is attach volume. I selected that. Now I again trying to attach this volume again to the same EC2 instance. So I am trying again the same way. Now I selected my device name and just clicking on attach volume. So you can see one error you got. What is that? This volume cannot be attached. Why? What's the reason? The encryption volume was unable to access the KMS key. How can it access, sir? Because we disabled that, right? Yes. So if any user try to access the data now after disable the key, he also get the same message. He cannot able to get the volume present in this, get the data which is present under this volume. Because that key is detached, the volume is no more able to access that KMS key. And one more thing is, if you create a volume by using any KMS key, then you cannot able to detach. That means after, if you unfortunately deleted that volume, that KMS key, you cannot able to get the data which is present under your EBS volumes. So while utilizing your keys, management need to be take care by you only. If any one of the keys deleted, then all the encryption and decryption actions which are taken care by that key will be not taken. That means those things will not be done. So the volumes which are attached to that key will not work from then. You cannot able to see the data in those volumes as well. So now after just disabling the key, you can able to identify that particular IAM user who trying to access your company server's data, and you can able to just kick him out from your company and you safeguard your server. Now after doing that, you just again need to enable your KMS key. That's it. So now let's see how to enable our KMS key and attach. Let's try to attach the same instance, whatever the error that we are getting. So that instance, let's try to attach again after enabling that key. So for that, just move back to KMS. In another tab, I'm opening my KMS service. And now I'm expecting to enable this customer managed key. That means I've already detected that user and I kicked that user out of my company. Now my company data is safe. So now I'm again enabling this. So you can see I just clicked on enable. So that's it. Your key is enabled. You can see one more message and status also there, enabled. Now I'm again trying the same thing. I'm expecting to attach the volume again to my EC2 instance. So I have not changed anything. So this volume I opened and I just again try to attaching that additional volume to the EC2 instance. I have not even changed the configuration. Now I am just clicking on attach volume. So let's see whether it was attached or not. Wow, it was attached successfully. So currently no error, because why you did not get error? Your key is available and this volume can able to access that key as well. So that's why it can able to take that key and it can able to attach to that EC2 instance. And whenever you perform any actions like adding or removing data by using that server to this additional volume, then it just accept that data and just whenever you provide the data to this, then it will encrypt. And whenever you try to access the data from this volume, it just decrypt by using the KMS key that you provided. So in this way, in real time, you can able to create your KMS keys and attach these keys to the additional volumes or server related volumes or storage or data encryption purpose. And you can able to manage this custom managed keys by key actions by disabling this, or you can able to schedule key deletion time as well. So like this, by enabling and disabling, you can able to manage your keys as well in between. So whenever you require, I've provided one real-time example. You can use this for your need. Now we just attached this volume to our EBS instance, EBS volumes, and we attached that EBS volumes to the EC2 instance and checked whether it was taking or not. And we also verified after disabling by detaching this volume. And if we try to attach this volume to again to EC2 instance, does it accepting the attachment or not? We have verified that was not accepting because this volume is unable to accept the KMS key. That EC2 instance is also not accepting this volume. After attaching, that is after enabling the key, again my server was accepting the request, that is attaching request from this volume. So that's what we have analyzed in real time scenario in this. So at last we have achieved our task, that is we have created our custom managed key and we have even enabled and disabled our custom managed key. And that means we managed our key and we attached it to one of the storage service, that is EBS volume, and we checked and we performed this management action by using this key by securing. We even secured the data of that EBS volume which is attached to my server by using this key, by disabling this key. In addition to this custom managed keys management, we also seen how to create our EC2 instance and how to create our EBS volume and how to attach one EBS volume to EC2 instance and how to detach our EBS volume from our EC2 instance. So those all things we have seen. I hope this video is contentful and we achieved our goal regarding KMS keys. And I hope you understood this video. You got some knowledge and practical lab knowledge and company level implementation knowledge from this video. I hope this video is contentful and you got some knowledge from this video. If you feel this video is contentful and you got some knowledge or knowledge recap from this video, then please like, share, subscribe and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates. Thanks for watching again. See you back in the next video with another interesting topic. Until then, bye bye guys.